Top 10 Most Insane Suzuki Motorcycles of 2026. Absolute Road Monsters. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M109R is proof that Suzuki is no longer playing safe. The moment this beast starts, the entire road feels different. The massive V-twin engine delivers brutal torque that hits like a hammer, launching the bike forward with a force that feels almost illegal for a cruiser. This isn't a calm touring machine, it's pure muscle on two wheels. The aggressive styling, huge rear tire, and low-slung stance make it look like it escaped from a drag strip. But here's what shocks riders most. Despite all that raw power, the M109R feels surprisingly smooth and stable at highway speed. It doesn't just look intimidating, it actually backs it up. Senior riders are stunned by how comfortable it feels once cruising, while younger riders can't believe a cruiser this heavy accelerates this hard. Suzuki didn't build this motorcycle to blend in. They built it to dominate attention everywhere it goes. And once that throttle opens, you understand why the M109R still terrifies the competition in 2026. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C50 B.O.S. may secretly be one of the smartest cruiser motorcycles Suzuki has ever made. At first glance, the blacked-out styling gives it a cool, aggressive attitude, but the real surprise begins when you actually ride it. The smooth V-twin engine delivers relaxed torque that feels effortless during long-distance cruising, while the low seat height and balanced chassis make the bike incredibly approachable. But here's the shocking part. This machine feels far more comfortable than most riders expect. Senior riders especially are falling in love with the relaxed ergonomics, natural riding position, and stress-free handling. It's not overloaded with complicated technology or intimidating performance. Instead, it quietly focuses on delivering a calm, confidence-inspiring experience that works perfectly in the real world. And that's what makes it dangerous. The C50 B.O.S. doesn't need extreme horsepower or flashy electronics to impress people. It wins riders over through pure comfort, reliability, and timeless cruiser character. Once you settle into the seat and hear that deep V-twin rumble, it becomes incredibly difficult to stop riding. The 2026 Suzuki Intruder M800T proves that middleweight cruisers can still deliver huge personality. The moment you see the windshield, saddlebags, and classic touring setup, you know this machine was built for long roads and endless highway miles. But don't mistake comfort for weakness. The V-twin engine delivers smooth, satisfying torque that makes acceleration feel effortless, while the relaxed ergonomics keep fatigue low even during long rides. What really shocks riders is how balanced the M800T feels. It's large enough to feel stable and confident on the highway, yet light enough to remain approachable and easy to manage. Senior riders especially appreciate that balance because it removes the intimidation factor often associated with larger touring bikes. This isn't a motorcycle trying to chase modern trends or futuristic technology. Instead, it focuses on timeless cruiser fundamentals, comfort, stability, and reliable power. And honestly, that simplicity might be exactly why riders are starting to pay attention to Suzuki again. The Intruder M800T doesn't scream for attention. It quietly becomes the motorcycle people never want to give back. The 2026 Suzuki Intruder C800 feels like a reminder of why traditional cruisers became legendary in the first place. There's nothing overly complicated here. No excessive electronics. No futuristic gimmicks. Just smooth V-twin power, relaxed ergonomics, and a riding experience that feels honest from the very first mile. Twist the throttle, and the engine responds with calm, rolling torque that makes city cruising and highway riding equally enjoyable. But here's the shocking part. This bike feels incredibly comfortable for riders of all experience levels. The low seat height and predictable handling create instant confidence, while the relaxed riding position makes long journeys feel surprisingly effortless. Senior riders especially are rediscovering how enjoyable simple motorcycles can be. The Intruder C800 doesn't overwhelm you with speed or aggression. Instead, it creates a calm connection between rider and road that feels increasingly rare in 2026. And maybe that's exactly why Suzuki is making a comeback. In a world full of overcomplicated motorcycles, the Intruder quietly proves that comfort, reliability, and character still matter more than flashy technology. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C90T might be one of the most underrated touring motorcycles on the road today, and that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. The moment the massive V-twin engine comes alive, you feel a deep wave of torque that transforms highway riding into something effortless. This bike doesn't rush. It doesn't scream. Instead, it settles into the road with calm confidence and simply devours miles. The large windshield, spacious saddlebags, and plush seating create a touring experience that feels shockingly comfortable for a motorcycle in this class. Senior riders especially are stunned by how relaxed the riding experience becomes after only a few minutes in the saddle. It removes stress in a way many modern bikes simply can't. But what makes the C90T truly impressive is its quiet confidence. It doesn't chase attention or rely on futuristic styling. Instead, it focuses entirely on comfort, stability, and real-world touring capability. And once riders experience how easy long-distance travel feels on this machine, they begin wondering why more people aren't talking about it. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C90T B.O.S. takes everything riders already loved about the standard C90T and gives it a darker, more aggressive personality. The blacked-out styling immediately makes this motorcycle look more intimidating, but underneath the attitude lies one of the smoothest touring experiences Suzuki has ever created. The powerful V-twin engine delivers strong, steady torque that makes highway cruising feel effortless, while the large touring windshield and spacious saddlebags make long-distance travel surprisingly practical. But here's what riders can't believe: the comfort level is incredible. Hours in the saddle feel easy, the ergonomics remain relaxed, and the stable chassis creates a calm, planted feeling at highway speed. Senior riders especially appreciate how confidence-inspiring the bike feels during long journeys. This motorcycle doesn't rely on flashy technology or overwhelming horsepower numbers. Instead, it focuses entirely on real-world comfort and touring usability. And honestly, that simplicity might be exactly why it works so well. The C90T B.O.S. isn't trying to reinvent the cruiser, it's perfecting the formula Suzuki already understands better than most people realize. The 2026 Suzuki Intruder C800B proves that sometimes the coolest motorcycles are also the simplest. The blacked-out styling gives this cruiser a modern, aggressive edge, but beneath the dark appearance lies a machine built entirely around comfort and easy riding. The V-twin engine produces smooth, predictable torque that feels relaxed instead of intimidating, while the low seat height and balanced chassis make the bike approachable for almost anyone. But the shocking part is how addictive the riding experience becomes. Senior riders especially are rediscovering why cruisers became so popular in the first place. The relaxed ergonomics remove physical stress, the stable handling builds confidence, and the smooth engine makes every ride feel calm and enjoyable. This isn't a motorcycle built for racing or showing off extreme performance numbers. Instead, it focuses on something many modern motorcycles have forgotten: making riding genuinely relaxing. And once people experience how effortless the Intruder C800B feels in daily use, they quickly understand why Suzuki cruisers are suddenly getting attention again in 2026. Sometimes simplicity really is the ultimate luxury. The 2026 Suzuki Boulevard C50 may not be the biggest or fastest bike Suzuki makes, but it might secretly be one of the most enjoyable. The first thing riders notice is how approachable it feels. The low seat height, Smooth engine response and balanced handling create immediate confidence, especially for riders returning to motorcycles after years away. But here's the surprise. The C50 feels far more refined and comfortable than its size suggests. The V-twin engine delivers calm, steady power that works perfectly in both city traffic and highway cruising, while the relaxed ergonomics make long rides surprisingly easy. Senior riders are especially shocked by how stress-free this motorcycle feels compared to heavier touring cruisers. It doesn't overwhelm you with weight or complexity. Instead, it quietly focuses on comfort, simplicity, and pure riding enjoyment. And that's exactly why it works so well. The Boulevard C50 isn't trying to dominate headlines or break speed records. It simply delivers a timeless cruiser experience that reminds riders why motorcycles became fun in the first place. And honestly, that might matter more than anything else. The 2026 Suzuki GSX-S1000GT completely changes the conversation about what Suzuki is capable of in 2026. This isn't just another touring bike, it's a missile disguised as a comfortable long-distance machine. Powered by a high-performance inline-4 engine derived from Suzuki's legendary superbike platform, the GSX-S1000GT delivers explosive acceleration that feels absolutely shocking for a sport tourer. Twist the throttle and the bike surges forward with terrifying speed, yet somehow remains smooth, stable, and unbelievably refined. But here's the dangerous part. It's also incredibly comfortable. The aerodynamic bodywork, upright ergonomics, and advanced suspension make long-distance riding feel effortless, even at high speed. Senior riders are stunned by how manageable and confidence-inspiring the GSX-S1000GT feels, despite its extreme performance potential. Add in premium electronics, modern rider aids, and aggressive styling, and suddenly Suzuki looks more serious than ever. This motorcycle doesn't just prove Suzuki is back. It proves they never lost their ability to build machines that completely shock the riding world. The 2026 Suzuki Intruder C1500BT feels like Suzuki's answer to massive luxury touring bikes that cost twice as much. The first thing riders notice is the presence. This motorcycle is huge, bold, and built for serious highway domination. The 1,462cc V-twin engine delivers deep, effortless torque that makes long-distance riding feel smooth and relaxed, while the full touring setup transforms every journey into a luxury experience. But the real shock comes from how comfortable this machine feels over long distances. The large windshield, leather saddlebags, and ultra-relaxed ergonomics remove fatigue so effectively that hours on the highway pass almost unnoticed. Senior riders are especially shocked by how manageable the bike feels once moving despite its size. This isn't about aggressive performance or complicated technology. It's about effortless touring power that quietly gets the job done better than expected. Suzuki didn't build the Intruder C1500BT to impress people in parking lots. They built it to conquer endless highways. And once you experience that level of comfort and stability, it becomes obvious Suzuki is officially back in the touring game.